Welcome to another unit in this Access course. This time I'm going to talk about how we can actually restrict our users of the database in what they can enter even more. Well, we already talked about how we can use forms to display what they're going to see of the original database, but we can also restrict what they can enter into particular fields by using drop-down lists. For example, here in this case, at this point, I could enter any name for product. So if I were to go to a new part here, I could type in whatever I want regarding the name. Well, if I want to avoid something like this and just want to have them enter one of 4 different product names, I could use this field not as a very open, very free text box, but as a drop-down list with just those 4 options. So how can I change this? I could just go to products and switch to the design view. That's a view we haven't seen before. And if I click, or let's directly double click on this, I get on the right properties of this particular field. At this point, I don't want to change anything here. We can, however, see I have input masks here as well, the format, the validation rules, all the stuff we heard before. But we can also right click on it and go to Change To. Change To allows me to actually change this part in a list box or combo box or a label. Label would be fixed text. So I see what is part of the database, but I cannot change it. However, what we are looking for at the moment is a combo box. So I could go to combo box, then the user can just select something on the right, but not type in anything on his or her own. Well, at this point, I have to tell him what are the options which are allowed, and I have to make one small additional change. Luckily, it's already on the right side with the properties on the data writer. And here I need to change the row source type from table query, which just means take whatever is in the original table or query, and change it into value list. And then with row source, I can type down all the possible answers separated by a semicolon. So I could go saw, screw, semicolon, nail, semicolon, hammer. So this allows the user just to use these 4 inputs. So I'm going to close it, save this part, and then I'm going to switch to the form view, so what the user sees. So it's more or less the same as before, but here I can just, I could try to write something else. This would give me a problem later on, or I can just use the input here. So that's what the drop-down list, the combo box, actually would do for me. Allow for this particular input only of a selected number of entries. Well, that's about what I wanted to do here, to show you relatively shortly how can I use combo boxes for predefined inputs in a form. And that's actually the last but also more important aspect. I can use combo boxes in forms. I cannot use combo boxes in tables. So I can only use it here in what the user sees in a form, because the database contains the data as is. This is just for entering the data. Well, that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this short session on drop-down lists on combo boxes. And I say goodbye and see you next time.